Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, so today I'm bringing you something we haven't done in a long time. We haven't done a movie review in a very long time. So this one's going to be a show review. Now, I do mainstream movie reviews every once in a while on this channel just because I love movies and I love talking about them. So with this one, it's going to be about WandaVision. It's going to be a non-spoiler review about the show if you should watch it, especially if you're into the Marvel movies. So let me get started. So first of all, with WandaVision, if you've seen any trailers for it ever, you know that it is a great throwback to sitcom eras. So this goes way back to like I Love Lucy, Bewitched, to like 70s shows like the Brady Bunch style, and then more to what I watched, which was in the 90s and 2000s with references like Malcolm in the Middle and then Modern Family. So it really just kind of goes across the world of sitcoms. And that's a really cool theme of it that I really think that is very interesting. I think other shows are probably going to take this and make shows out of it because it was a really interesting concept to see one family couple go through all of this kind of stuff, and you kind of just see all these different things going on. So overall, I really thought that was a really cool ability for it. The other thing I really love about the show is, I believe it was after episode 2, you really kind of start to get cliffhangers at the end of every episode. And because it's on a weekly basis, it was done so well where like I needed to see the next episode the very next week. Now, I feel like if you're going to binge watch this show is perfect for binge watching because of the fact that you want to see what happens immediately. You're like, I can't leave it at that. Like, it's going to be one of those shows where basically if you think you're only going to watch one episode, you end up watching the entire series just because you need to see what happens next. So I thought it was a really good idea though to keep it weekly, and I hope Marvel continues this because I really like the idea of weekly. It became a tradition in my family for the short term because every Friday night we would get together as a family and watch WandaVision. And I thought that was a really, really cool aspect. It reminded me of TGI Friday, for those of you who remember that, where it was basically like you wanted to see everything with your family and it was just a fun time. I also think it was a really good true mystery story because you really are trying to figure things out as they happen. And there's always some mystery that you don't know yet till the very end. And I thought that was a really cool concept. Like you're gonna be like, you know, trying to put a puzzle together. Like, what is it gonna be? This is this person, is something going on here? Is this person having a secret? Is this person, like, what is going on? And I always think that is always a cool concept when you can try to like, what's going on? What's this leading to? What does this mean? What does this word mean? What does this thing mean? What is, you know, whatever. It's a really cool concept to have. And I thought they did this very, very well in the show. The other thing is if you are a fan of comics and know these characters of Wanda Maximoff and Vision, I really think you're gonna be so happy because this has so many comic book references. I do advise, if you want to, after watching the show, check out Nerdist. They did some amazing Easter eggs episodes that I had checked out after every single episode of the show that I saw because they're really good. Because I'm like, okay, I know this part, but what about this? What about this? And things that I would have never thought of. Dan Casey does a really good job of breaking it down. So really cool to check out all the references and all the possibilities. And yeah, there's some, not all came true, not all thoughts came true, but that's the whole thing, is that I think even the show makes fun of it, like we're trying to all figure it out together. So that I thought was a really, really cool concept for the show to even imply, because it's like you're trying to figure it out and so is the show. So it's like really cool in that aspect. The other thing is do you need to see this in order to enjoy the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And I will tell you that this is going to deal with 2 upcoming Marvel movies. I'm not going to say which ones those are, again, not to lead into anything, but that is something you should know, is that this will lead into 2 other Marvel movies upcoming. And that is, of course, important because if you want to stay in the know and if you want to kind of go through all of the Marvel stories, you kind of need to see this. It's like, well, my son, he's a baby right now. But with my daughter, I took her through the entire Marvel catalog, the MCU catalog, so that she was ready for Endgame when that came out, basically. And that was a really cool experience. So now with this one, it's going to be something that I'll have to add to it when I show it to my son when he's better age to absorb it all. And I think it's going to be a really cool concept for you to be able to have that and add it to the whole repertoire, because then you're going to be getting into shows instead of movies. And it's a really cool, different refresh, I think, that honestly the MCU probably needed after just having movies for so long. Then you also want to know about, are there after credit scenes? Because MCU is known for after credit scenes, and there is none in the beginning. Basically towards the middle, I want to say, that's when you start seeing after credit scenes. So probably, I think it was episode 4 or 5, start looking for after credit scenes, just scroll through the credits to see if there is one. Because I believe they started around the middle having them, and then I started always looking for them after that. And after they start, they always keep going every week. And then the last thing I want to say is the 30-minute mark. So a lot of these episodes were 30 minutes, and I will say I do wish they were at least 40 minutes. 40 minutes I think would be perfect. That's about a TV show that's an hour because of no commercials in this case. Your 40-minute span I think is really good, and I really wish every single episode, like I felt, not only because of like a cliffhanger mystery kind of thing, but I always wanted to get just a little bit more time. And as they started to get longer in the later episodes, I would say more fulfilled. Like it was like, okay, yeah, that was a really good episode. And a lot of my favorite episodes are towards the end for that reason. Don't get me wrong, they're all good in their own way, just some are weirder and kind of just like what's going on. But I think everything kind of comes into where it needs to, and it's all really well off for it. So that was my review of WandaVision, non-spoiler review. And again, I think this is going to be really good. And we got 2 weeks before Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's going to only be 6 episodes. This one was 9, but Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be longer from what we're hearing. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes and which format is better. Let me know what you guys thought about WandaVision. Again, please don't put spoilers in the comment section down below. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.